Singapore should make the most of the current situation where community cases are low to get the population immunized. Associate Professor Benjamin Ong, who chairs the expert committee on COVID-19 vaccination, says everyone eligible should get vaccinated. Speaking exclusively to CNA's Cheryl Goh, he also touched on concerns raised about getting the shots.
Prof, do we have any sense of how long the vaccine's efficacy will last?
Well, we don't know that, I think, to be honest. In the same way we didn't know after you have actively been affected by COVID-19 virus, how long you'll be immune for. As estimate right now, we can say that it's for at least 3 months, if not longer, that the immunity should last.
Obviously, the possibility of side effects and allergies, it remains a concern, especially with some stories coming from other countries of this happening. So how will we manage this in Singapore?
First, the acute allergic responses that people have been talking about, these anaphylactoid and anaphylaxis type reactions, they are actually not that common. Of course, our vaccination centers will need to be prepared just in case this occurs. So the average person, unless they have a history of a severe allergic reaction of a similar kind, should not worry, too much about it.
The Pfizer-BioNTech vaccine is based on mRNA technology. Yeah. So as more vaccines become available that perhaps use other kinds of technology, for example, adenovirus or inactivated live virus, can a person possibly switch vaccines once the first Pfizer vaccine efficacy wears out? Would that interfere with the human body?
It is not recommended that you switch your vaccination schedule. The mRNA vaccines that you're talking about, they're all 2-course injections. And many of the other technologies that are used to produce vaccines will also require courses. It's not wise for you to switch from one vaccine to another mid-course. Also, I think one needs to bear in mind that while we will have enough vaccines for everyone in Singapore in time, it's likely that these will come on in batches. So I think I would not recommend someone waiting for some other vaccine to come on board, knowing that we are not quite sure about whether these are going to pan out.
Has the committee decided what level or threshold of herd immunity we are aiming for here in Singapore?
Rather than talk specifically about herd immunity, I would say that if you happen to be in any of the eligible groups, as many of you should be vaccinated as possible. I hope that my fellow healthcare workers, for example, will avail themselves of the fact that they are their first priority and actually proceed to get themselves vaccinated. I think one important thing that I thought I would try to emphasize is we shouldn't waste, all the effort and time we bought ourselves to get into a good place now and then hang back and not proceed. If you wait until there's an outbreak, it's very, very difficult, to organize a vaccination program in the midst of an outbreak.